Well, here we are, another weekend. Yeah, I've been out of town again for work, so it's really hard to get this stuff done. That's really cutting into my fun time. Anyway, I'm just kind of messing around with the old Model A. I was actually able to finally find the VIN numbers on the frame to verify it with a block so I can get this title work done on this and get it in my name. It actually came with a title, but I never did really find the numbers. And it took my phone on, I had to blow up the image of it and able to barely see the numbers. They're barely stamped in the frame, but they are there. So getting a title transferred on this won't be a problem. So now I'm a little more excited. I kind of want to mess around with this little 4-cylinder a little bit more. I'm going to see if I can get it to run. And that way it's either, if I got video and proof of it running good, I can either sell it or maybe I'll just play around with it for this fall. I've thought about a little quick jalopy build and, just chop it and leave the 4-cylinder in it and just, take it to a couple little shows. It'll be trailered there, but it's at least something come in, look like an old hot rod jalopy. So I don't know, but right now I do want to try and get this motor running. We had it running for a little bit, but I've never put water or anything in the radiator. So I'm going to get some fluids in it. We're going to fire it up, have a little more fuel to it, and see if this thing actually runs. So the rear passenger brake is locked up on it, and I kind of messed with it the other day when I was putting the tires on. But I think if I get this to run a little bit, I'll knock that free, and we're going to put it in gear and see what happens. So yeah, let's get some fluids in this thing and see what we got. So look at this thing. The radiator doesn't seem all beat up and stuff. It seems pretty decent, and there's a little valve right here, and it was drained. Somebody opened that up and drained this out. So I don't know if the block could have any cracks or anything. The oil's super clean looking in it and stuff. And I don't know how much pressure this thing will be able to take or not. There is a little something back here. I don't know. It doesn't look like it had leaked or anything, but yeah, so I'm just going to pour, it's just water, dump it in there, see what it does, if it starts pouring out or not. And if it don't, we're going to fire it up. And I just realized, I saw another little thing about these Model A's, like most of these were a 2-blade fan, and this is kind of a rare 4-blade fan. So I guess that's kind of a bonus thing to one of these. So yeah, I don't know. I'm learning more and more about these things. So, but yeah, and talking about blowing head gaskets, I don't know about what all this is. But yeah, we're going to fire it up, get it warmed up, see what happens. As I expected, we have got, if this will focus, some leaking out of the radiator, but it's not just pouring out of there. So I think I'm going to proceed. I'll just keep dumping water in it, but let's fire this motor up and see what happens. Well, we have our fire extinguisher going on the floor right now, so, we'll fire this up, see if it'll run for a few minutes. So it was idling the other day, and hopefully it will still. So I can remember how I was starting this.
Uh-oh.
Cut!
Cut!
Oh. Why is that? That button was sticking way out before.
Okay.
So I was trying to start this, and I thought my push button was all messed up, but to find my VIN numbers, I had the body shimmed up, and so yeah, the push button won't go all the way to the floor. I thought something was bent. All this stuff's all touching each other. So yeah, I just got to pull this out, then I can start this. So
Now the pedal's sticking out a bit.
yeah,
It was flat to the floor earlier. Okay.
okay. That would have been comfortable. Take 2. floor. Holy dirt, where'd all that come from?
It's stinky. That's a different. What do we got?
Exhaust. Look at all the dirt down there.
Oh.
Yeah, my windshield was getting, I think it's just all the water from the
All the
fan.
vibration and
Yeah.
we got little
Oh, we're leaking out of this
leaking out there.
heater hose here. Yeah, these are all dried out and cracked. And yeah, I was messing with the timing a little bit
Oh, okay.
and just kind of trying to. It does kind of seem like it's got a sweet spot at a certain RPM. I'm pretty sure I just ran it out of fuel. So.
It's all smoky back there.
My spark come on? No, I might have burned up the points.
Ew.
Oh, my throttle pedal was stuck. Might be out of fuel again.
Everybody was tinier back then. Everybody was tinier back then.
Yeah, not fat on McDonald's. A whole lot of time into this, but I would like to have it run and put it in gear and pour water all over the yard. Maybe I can sprinkle the water at the yard.
Yeah. Water the grass. We water our
It'll put out
grass
the
with the
fire it
mower.
leaves as I drive around. Okay. Now.
ADD.
Well, it's 12 volts, so I could fry the points because I don't have a bunch of parts in there that I should.
The fuel line
it
dropped.
Is it
It just fell. Okay, for real this time.
Until it runs out of fuel. run way better than I thought it would.
Yeah.
What is that?
Uh-oh.
Oh, wire.
I was getting splashed with water from the fan blowing water back towards me.
It's mystifying. Yeah.
As it's
But
blowing
it's cleaning
flames,
up.
it's
The more
also
it's
cool.
running, it seems like it's starting to clean up better. But yeah, we're leaking water all over. I mean, but some of them are sealing up. But if I could run it long enough with fuel, I think it would go into gear. I kind of want to put it in gear. I guess I haven't even pushed the clutch in. I want to see what that does.
That's drying, not dripping anymore.
That water pump's gonna leak.
Yeah,
That's just it.
you got a puddle down there.
Yeah, and some of those, I don't know if this is the kind with packing, but some of them are like felt, and you just tighten a nut, and it'll tighten the packing on them. But I'm not sure if that's how that's set up or not. But, and I don't think, I mean, the little water pumps aren't expensive.
Warm right here.
It is. Yeah, it's a little steamy. But it's clean. It's not like throwing flames and stuff like it was. But it's blowing black soot out and everything. But it's just rust in the pipes and everything
Can't
else.
tell. Probably can't tell in the video.
The haze.
It's pretty
Oh, yeah.
smoky.
I bet. Maybe if you come out here, it's got a little bit of a haze to it. Sometimes you can see the cloud rolling out, a big square cube of blue smoke. Yeah, it's pretty decent out here. Doesn't look too bad.
Yeah, probably can't see it on video.
Yeah, I wish that brake was freed up. I kind of want to jack that up and work on that a little bit. So we can put it in gear. I can get enough fuel in it that it would. And I don't know if we create a siphon or if it has to be gravity fed.
Oh wow, the smoke just
Yeah.
must have had a slight breeze. Now what are we doing?
And the brakes are locked up, so. But I'm thinking it's rusted on around this lip. And not wanting to come off very bad, but this one side's locked up, the other side spins. If I can get this freed up, then maybe put it in gear. There we go. Ooh. Progress. Yeah, that's the shoes that are holding it on right there. So you usually get like a lip where the pad wears in, there'll be a lip behind it and the shoes are out there. How do you adjust these? Let me back off the adjusters. That's probably seized up too. There.
Catch.
Yeah, that
Hey,
spins.
it moves.
So we don't need that. Watch your toes.
Mint
Oh, it is
tires
capital.
and rims.
They're like a, I don't know what that stuff. It looks like conveyor belt. Huh, they're greasy. Alrighty, so we just pulled the rear tire off. I finally got that drum off there. It was froze up. I'm gonna put this thing in gear and see if it'll spin the tires. So let's try that. I guess first see if the clutch actually feels like it does anything. Alrighty, contact.
out of fuel.
They're spinning, I can feel it.
Yeah, this one was spinning like crazy. Driver was every now and
Yeah,
then.
it's still dragging a little bit on the brake drum, but
Yes.
the transmission works. Clutch seems to kind of work. We haven't had any weight on it, but I think this thing would drive.
Yeah.
I kind of think we ought to put more fuel in it, set it on the floor, and put it in gear. See what it does.
That'd be so cool.
I don't know if my battery's going to handle a off-road beat down. Okay, I made it to 50 years old. We'll see if I make it to 50 years old in 2 days. So we are going to try and drive this thing. So let me show you what I got going on here. So my little IV drip line is now an old power steering pump. That's a reservoir from one, and it's going down and gravity feeding into the carburetor. So hopefully I'll give me a little capacity to at least make the distance, hi Julianne, out of the shop and into the burning sun where it'll stall and we'll have to mess with it some more. So, but I'm gonna get in, I'm gonna fire this thing up and we're gonna put it in gear. So don't worry, if the throttle sticks, we'll only do about 20 miles an hour. So let's try this.
It has reverse even. Oh. A chop top, throw the fenders off. We might have something kind of cool this summer. So we're leaking water, but it's radiator and water pump and rotten hoses. So this could be kind of cool. That's so exciting.
It's actually got more power than I thought it would.
Yeah.
I'm kind of blown away. Huh. What a blast.
That was cool.
How much fuel did I use? I still got it in the line?
Oh,
I don't know. Huh.
I don't think so. I don't see
It
any.
looks pretty empty. Wow. That was fun.
You do a little burnout.
I know.
Oh, there it is.
What's that?
The sun's so
Oh
bright.
yeah, a little skinny. Yeah, you're gonna have some 4-inch burnouts on the shop floor. It actually, I mean, it's got more power than I thought it would.
There's some rubber right there. Look at that.
What, it paused? Is there 2 strips?
I think so. Isn't that from this car? Oh yeah,
That's new. Yeah.
that's better than the Camaro.
But 96 years old and still got it.
96 years old, still lays them down. Huh.
That was cool.
That was very cool. I like it. Alrighty. Yeah, you got a little liquid leaking, but
All the water
huh.
coming through the water pump, makes a puddle, and runs down and drips off of oil pan.
Put that pump, I can get the pump. I can put, it's just new hoses, a new radiator core, and this thing could actually like drive around. It goes into gear nice. I mean, and I just don't have any brakes. So fixing the, yeah, but it's just mechanical. So it's like, I just got to make sure all that stuff's freed up and it'll have enough brakes to like go into a car show and stop at the gates and
Yeah.
all that. I'm not going to drive this on the highway, but
No,
awesome.
that was cool.
Well, it's hard to see, but the old Model A did 2-tire fire right there. A couple little 4-inch burnouts. It's like, I don't know why I do that stuff. I mean, the thing barely runs, and I just was backing up, thought I had to do it. But yeah, it laid it down. It's I don't know if it's pausey or just happened to have no traction, but the shop floor actually has 2 burnouts also. So I don't know. This thing runs pretty good. We're gonna figure something out with it. What an amazing way to end a weekend or whatever. Driving this car, I say it's almost 100 years old, and to not only hear it run and, you know, kind of run decently. Yeah, it's leaking water and stuff, but yeah, to put it in gear and drive it through the yard and actually feel like it's got way more power than I expected an almost 100-year-old car to have. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this. It's like we've been sitting here talking about it and everything, and I don't know. I'm going to do a little more research and stuff, and maybe a little more tinkering with it and everything. But this was an absolute blast, and I mean, it just this stuff. There's a million things I should have done today, but sometimes just for your soul, just for, you know, just something fun to do. I mean, this stuff always satisfies. I don't know, take a few minutes and make something like this that shouldn't run or anything, and when you hear them pop and you hear them fire, you know, it's like it just does something to you. And to put this in gear and drive it just, I don't know, it just made my entire weekend. So yeah, and what a good time to end a weekend. But anyway, we're gonna figure out something else to do with this thing. We're gonna, you know, whether I keep messing with this motor. Basically it looks like if I put a radiator in it, a water pump, and fix some of the rubber lines on it, I think this thing will be watertight. So and it may actually run a little bit longer. So I'm probably going to look into some of that stuff, see if I can find it and it's not too expensive. But we might just play with this as an old jalopy for the summer. And again, this goes back to my whole point. It's motor, brakes, tranny, and you can drive these things. And like I say, I wouldn't drive this down the highway, but to drive in and out of car shows and just kind of parade it around and have something for people just to smile and look at, I mean, yeah, it's definitely worth it. So I don't know. Stay tuned. We're gonna have more. Yeah, we'll figure something out with this old car. But I don't know. Again, I'm just kind of basking in the glory to be able to drive this thing. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. What an awesome way to end the weekend. So being able to drive this car just blows my mind. So I don't know. Like there's a million things I should have done this weekend or today, and you know, and it's like, but sometimes, you know, doing this stuff is kind of good for the soul. I mean, it's made me happy. I'm ending my weekend on a good note. I'm starting this week on a good note, and I don't know, seeing something like this, it's almost 100 years old, and putting it in gear and driving it and actually doing a little burnout, that's pretty awesome. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this car now. I mean, this thing, I mean, honestly, it wasn't supposed to like run very good or at all. And I mean, it's changed my whole thoughts. I'm not going to get too deep into this motor. Like I say, even on a good day when these things got great power and everything, they don't, you know, if you can get 40, 50 miles an hour out of it, that's about it. But I think for this summer, to take it in as an old jalopy hot rod and, just trailer it to a couple shows. I mean, I can drive it through the gates. I can get it into a fairground or whatever and I think that'd be pretty cool. So I don't know, but another again, another great way to end a weekend. We've had a pretty good run of good weekends here lately. So we're gonna keep going on this thing, and yeah, I'm gonna look up, see what kind of little parts and pieces I can get for it. Maybe if I can get this water system sealed up and be able to put even more time on it. Get the brakes working. A couple little things. I'll pull all the fenders off, and I would like to chop it. So a little 4-cylinder chopped. This little hot rod. So I don't know, but anyway, stay tuned. We're gonna have more on this car, and I don't know, it's gonna be fun. So thanks for watching.